Hi, my name is Rolando. I work at Country in the City. Today I'm going to show you how to cook oxtails. But before I show you how to cook the oxtails, let me tell you some history about oxtails. The consumption of oxtails date back as far as the consumption of beef, when no part of the animal went to waste. Every part of the animal was utilized, and the tail made a wonderful, hearty soup that stretched a small amount of meat. Oxtail made the flavorful beef stock. For the most part, the robust beef flavor comes from the bone and marrow, and the meat is also very tasty. Now let me show you how I'll make my oxtails. Okay, now this is how I cook my oxtails. This is an oxtail right here. Nice, juicy, meaty oxtail. This is what you want, because you're really going to enjoy this after it's done. Take your oxtails, you wash them off and make sure that they're clean. Then you put them in a plate or whatever you're going to use to season it on. Sprinkle, I use seasoning salt myself. I start off with my seasoning salt. I sprinkle it on there. Laurays, everybody must have laurays. Don't leave home without it. And then sprinkle a little bit over it, cover it up, turn it over, and just make sure every side is seasoned. Don't want to put too much on there, because if you do, then it's going to get salty. Because you're going to add something else with salt in there, garlic salt. I love garlic, so I put garlic on just about every piece of meat that I eat. So you sprinkle a little garlic salt on it, you cover it like you would. I'm using the Lawry seasoning salt. Then I already have my cooking pan that I'm going to use. It's a crock pot, and it has different levels of cooking on it. I put it to cook, which is about 275 degrees. Then I take some water and fill it up about a quarter of the way. That's what I start off with. Then I take my oxtails and I place them into the pan, the seasoning on there. And then I just let it simmer with the seasoning on there and that water. You just let it cook until it get tender. You know, you can see when it's tender. You know, you touch it with a fork and poke it or whatever, and if the fork goes in the meat, you know it's tender. What you want the water to do is just make the meat tender. So you let it sit and cook for about an hour and a half. Then you go back and check it, poke it, and see if it's tender. And once it's tender, then you use the secret ingredient, the one that makes the flavor for me, and that's the Lipton onion soup mix. Now once the meat is tender and it's been cooked a little bit, you just take the top off, and you want to put probably a whole pack in there, depending on how much meat you have, and just cover it up and season each side of it with the seasoning salt. With the onion soup mix. So just cover it and turn it and get the sides and make sure each side of the meat is seasoned. And then remember, it's already partially tender, so then you add it, and then let this onion soup mix cook in. Then you put your top back on for about 20 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, depending on how tender it is. After that, you add your barbecue sauce. Any flavor that you want. Me, myself, I like the mesquite flavor and smoke, because it tastes good. I like that smoky flavor. Then you take it and you spread your barbecue sauce. I spread it on thin. So I just pour it on there and layer it with a fork or something. But you don't want to drown it. I mean, you can if you want to, but to me, I just want that barbecue flavor, not drowned meat. So I spread it on and make sure each side is covered up. And once it's covered up, I let it cook for like 15 more minutes. Make sure that the barbecue sauce is cooked in it. And then once that's done, you just prepare it to eat. Okay, it's been about 3 hours now. So the oxtails should be good and tender. Let me check them. Oh, yeah. Woo! That smells good. I'm just hungry looking at them. They're done. So I'm going to take them out and I'm going to put them on this plate. Look at them. Good and tender. That's the way you want them. Tender. That's the key. Look, falling off the bone. I can't wait to taste them. I'm going to take one and put them on this plate right here. Okay, this is how I cook my oxtails. They're done. My name is Rolando, and I hope you enjoyed it and learned something about oxtails, or at least a different way on how to cook them. Thank you.